Awesome, awesome. Hello, everybody. Hello, my friends on Facebook, my friends on LinkedIn, and my friends on Instagram watching this. Welcome to episode 42. Alvin and I are grateful, and I think not a week goes by where we can't believe how far has this come. It's crazy, right? I know we say this every week. We probably said this in our 20th episode, but here we are, 42 episodes down, and we are glad. We are glad that we are here. We are glad that we have a routine. We are glad that Monday nights means connecting with all of you. We are glad that we have guests in our show. We are glad that we have guests pre-planned in our upcoming shows. We are glad that you are here right now. Alvin, how has your week been?
My week has been amazing. Like you said, I'm really excited for today's episode, and we are grateful for all of you who are tuning in. Noel and I are streaming on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. And if you are tuning in on Facebook and LinkedIn, we invite you to please help us to share this live so that it can reach out to more people, and also connect with us, communicate with us through the comment sections where we will answer questions and pin up anything that you have to say. So that's our invitation for you for episode 42. Now, coming back to you, Noel, how is your week been?
I've had a great week, Alvin, and I think ever since the gyms have been allowed to reopen about a month ago, every week has been uncertain, but at the same time fulfilling. That means we've like this week we had the most amount of new membership signups for the since the past 3 months, for example. So we're seeing the numbers go up, and it's encouraging not just to me but also to my team at the gym because it's COVID and all of this, and it's uncertain. And it's been going good. I've sorry, I like to ramble. You should know me, Alvin. So cut me off. Like, Noel, you're talking too much. But we've had a great week, and I have a question for all of y'all tuning in right now. Number one is, can you comment below and let us know where are you tuning in from? We would love to know where you're streaming in from. And here's my question for you for today. What is the one thing that you're looking forward to this week? Especially to my Malaysian friends, right? Everything's open, restaurants open, gyms are open, cinemas open, movies are opening, and so many things happening. It's very different from the 6 months ago when I asked the same question. So comment below where are you streaming in from, and what is the number one thing that you're looking for. Alvin, you want to go first?
I'll go first. So I'm tuning in from Kajang. And the one thing that I'm looking forward to do this week is to submit my Asia Fitness Conference presenter application. So that was due this week. So I'm looking forward to submit that. It will be my first time applying to be a presenter. So fingers crossed, that's something I'm really, really excited to. And I have to do a video about it. So I'm all at the back planning and strategize how can I maximize and send a very good application into it.
You'll be fine. I look forward to having you as a presenter, to seeing you as a presenter on the Asia Fitness Convention. Alvin, you'll do it. You are the Asia Fitness Convention. Remind us again, Personal Trainer of the Year award. You're still the holding champion, correct?
Yes.
Personal Trainer
Yes.
of the Year award. To our guests watching this right now, Alvin Neto is Personal Trainer of the Year award for the whole of Asia. So we are grateful to have him here with us. I'm grateful I get to partner with him to do the show. If I were to answer that
Likewise, Noel.
question, I'm streaming in from TTDI in Kuala Lumpur. And the number one thing that I'm looking forward to this week is this weekend on a Sunday. We are having something that we call a Heroes Appreciation Week. The heroes are our members at our gym. We call them heroes. And we're kind of throwing everyone a party. Why? Because for the past 2 years, some of our members that we just haven't seen face to face, and we are throwing them a little party outdoors in the outside area of our gym. We've got food, we got coffee, as much as you can drink. We have I think it's a 200 cup minimum from the person who's brewing the coffee. So I told Kim, like, we each need to have like at least 3 to 4 cups of coffee. Otherwise, we're not going to finish it. But I'm just really looking forward to it. It's probably going to be, I think, if everything goes well, we might even have Eunice showing up for our Sunday Heroes Appreciation Day. We'll talk about it a little bit more later. But yes, I'm looking forward to that, to see all our gym members face to face, because so many of them we haven't seen. So comment below, my friends, where are you streaming in from, and what is that one thing you're looking forward to? I'm just going to scroll back a little bit on Instagram and see what has anyone said. Oh, they said they lost you on Instagram, but you're back now. Um, we have Ilandi. If I hope I got your name right. She says, always love what Daily Muscle shares all the time. You guys are transparent and real. Thank you for encouraging. Thank you for being here, Ilandi. Now don't go. Comment below where are you streaming in from, and tell us what is the one thing that you're looking forward to this week. We genuinely want to know. Cheryl Un, hello, welcome, welcome. Penny says, Alvin, we know Penny. Penny's been on our show even.
Yes.
Thank you for being here, Penny. Penny is saying that she's streaming in from Penang, and she's looking forward to Thanksgiving dinner at a friend's house this Sunday. That's right.
Nice.
To our Malaysian friends, this week is typically when I think it's an American tradition where they celebrate Thanksgiving. So this week is also Black Friday. So it's
Oh, yes.
not really a Malaysian thing, but you will get all the emails with all the Black Friday sales. So look out for that. And Black Friday is the day after Thanksgiving, right? Did I get it right? Okay, awesome. Alvin, why don't you tell everybody what we have in store for everyone in episode 42 in today's show?
So I'm going to invite all of you to switch segment as we move to our discovery of the week, where Noel and I discovered something new this week and we want to share with you. And I'm going to take this segment leading off by saying that I was having a conversation with one of my clients about training, and we look it up on building muscles. And we came across this article on NASM, which is NASM, OPT model. And one of the training phase is about muscular development. So it gives in-depth on how you can build muscles effectively and some of the protocols. So I'm going to share some with you. And at the end, I'm going to share the article in the comment section of Facebook. So if you're looking to build muscles, these are some of the protocols that you should stick by with, okay, in terms of resistance training. The sets, you should be doing about 3 to 6 sets. The repetition should be about 6 to 12 repetitions. Tempo should be moderate. Tempo meaning that you should spend about 2 to 3 seconds lowering the weight, lowering your body, and about 1 to 2 seconds coming back up. And the rest time should be less than 3 minutes. Now, if you have these protocols in your resistance training program, these are some key success to help you to build muscle. So it's a very summary of training protocols. They also go in depth on the warm up, the warm down, and some foam rolling and stretching at the end. So I'm going to put the link in our Facebook comment section. Have a look, and it will give you a better understanding on building muscles.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Alvin. And that's great, right? Because sometimes something is so basic, but we just don't know, and people have goals, and they think that if I work out means I just go and do something, and I'm going to achieve my goals. But if you have a specific goal, like Alvin's client actually had a question on muscular development,
That's
there's a
right.
specific way to train for that, right? So if you're watching this right now and you're thinking that just by going to the gym you can achieve your goal, yes, you can, but there may be a faster way to get there. And thank you for sharing that, Alvin. My discovery of the week, and if you all don't know me by now, it's obviously going to be about something you put in your mouth. Always, Noel always talks about food. Yeah, so I want to share
And
this,
that's
and
the
and
fun
and
part.
and and here's the thing, because I feel I have a lot of these hidden gems that I discover, and I don't tell people about it. So if there's any place where I kind of expose all my secret tips, it's actually here. And today I want to show you this. I emptied the bag because it needs to keep frozen. I put it in a container. Not easy to find, Instagram friends. So you see that? wild blueberries. The brand is Wyman. This is frozen blueberries. So we all know that eating berries are good for us. It's high in antioxidants. It's good for our health. But berries are not cheap here in Malaysia. At least it's not cheap. They don't grow here in your sungai and your longkang and all of that. They have to come from overseas. So to my Malaysian friends who want to incorporate eating berries in your diet, it's not easy because they're super expensive. A little 100-gram packet of fresh berries can easily cost more than 10 ringgit, and that's
Right.
about it's about to 250 280 US dollars. And here's the thing, which is frozen berries are a great option if you want to incorporate berries into your diet. And a lot of people don't realize that frozen berries are actually nutritionally more complete and better than fresh berries, because fresh berries are often, not always, but very often picked before they turn ripe. Why do they pick it before it turns ripe? Because they got to keep it fresh. They got to ship it all around the world. It's got to sit in your supermarket in Kuala Lumpur, Petaling Jaya, Penang, and look fresh to you when you buy it. So when was it plucked? Not yesterday, obviously a while ago. So you can't pluck it when it's ripe. So the cool thing about frozen berries is they pluck it when it's at its prime. It's ripe. It's full of nutrition. They pluck it. If they pluck those berries and they shipped it out to you in Malaysia, you're gonna get rotten berries. So frozen berries, because they can pluck it, they can flash freeze it and put it in a packet and send it to you. Number one, frozen berries are very often more nutritious for you because they're plucked at their prime. And frozen berries are a lot cheaper, like for real. Like, so this is a 425 grams of frozen wild blueberries. Soon I'll tell you the difference between wild and regular. 425 grams. So if you bought those little packets of fresh blueberries and they cost you 10 ringgit, 400 grams of fresh blueberries will cost you at least 40 ringgit. And this doesn't cost 40 ringgit. It's around 20 to 25 ringgit. You get a lot more. It's frozen, more nutrition, and I'll tell you why this is my favorite. I hesitate sharing this with everybody because everyone's going to go and buy it, and it's going to be out of stock in the supermarkets, because it's always out of stock in the supermarkets. Because when Noel Chalaya goes to the supermarkets, he buys about 10 bags. I literally do that. I buy like at least 5 to 6 bags. It lasts me for a few months, because it's hard to get. And here's the what I want to tell you about. So what's the big deal with wild blueberries? So you can see in the packet here, they even tell you that it's to double the antioxidants, which is very, very true. So you're getting more nutrition. And the thing about wild blueberries is, I think there's a few inside. They're smaller than the regular blueberries that you see. It's like, okay, it's a little tiny one. Kiwi is coming because she thinks I've got a little bag of treats next to her. You see how tiny they are? It's tiny, right? Much much smaller than the typical blueberries that you see. So these are the wild blueberries. They have less water in them. They're more compact, more flavorful. And what do I do with it? I don't bake. I don't cook anything with it. I put them in my smoothies. That's the easiest. I I keep it in my freezer. They last like forever in the freezer, and I use them in my smoothies. And one last thing about my discovery of the week is that often, because berries are so expensive, we eat so little, right? Because if you're eating fresh berries, if I told you that, what if you take the whole packet of 100 grams and put it in a smoothie, you'd be like, no, I'm going to portion it and make it into 4 smoothies, right? But you know what's one serving size of berries? If I were to follow the label on this packet, one serving size is 1 cup, and 1 cup is 140 grams. So one serving of berries to get the nutritional benefit is 140 grams. So if you're buying the little packet and spreading it into 5 servings, better than nothing, but you're not getting the full maximum benefit. So this packet of 20 something ringgit is 3 servings. It says that 3 servings, but I get the full nutritional values, and 3 servings is only 80 calories. And um uh I lost my train of thought. I can make 3 smoothies with this. You're getting the full nutritional value of blueberries And okay, here's what I wanted to say. So let's say this is about 25 ringgit, right? So if I spread this into three, that's like about 8 ringgit, right, Alvin? 8 ringgit.
Yeah.
Still cheaper than the 20 ringgit Starbucks giant size thingy with the whipped cream that you get. So before you yell at me and say it's so expensive, like price is relative depending on what you want to spend for. Okay, so that's it. I don't have any links or discount code or anything to share with y'all, but just sharing that this is my little secret. If you open my freezer, there's at least 4 to 5 bags in there. Kim doesn't eat it, it's all mine, and it's not easy to get. They also make other berries. They have other berries like raspberries and mixed berries, but whenever I find the wild blueberries, I grab them all. Okay. So if any of you are watching this right now and you find a stash in some supermarket somewhere and there's like tons of it, can you let me know? Because I'm gonna eat and sapu all of it. But that's my discovery of the week. I know it took a long while, but I really wanted to
I
share
love
that
that,
with y'all.
Noel. I love that. So I put the link to Wyman Wild Berries on the Facebook comment section. You can have a look at their website and know more about them. And
Awesome.
perhaps, Noel, we shall reach out to a distributor in Malaysia and hook you up with some Wyman Wild Berries.
I think at the rate of how many I'm having, I think we should. Yeah. Before we go on to the next segment, Alvin, I just want to read out some comments that were coming in earlier. So we had Penny who shared, she's from Penang. Trolley Girl. Trolley Girl is Aruna. Aruna's a client of mine. She's streaming in from Manjalara, and she's saying she's looking forward this week to a dinner reunion with family. I love that. Love that, Aruna. Thanks for sharing. If you're just streaming in, comment below where are you streaming in from and what is that one thing you're looking forward to this week. Ilandi is streaming in from Petaling Jaya, and she's looking forward to hanging out with the girls in the weekend. That's awesome. Ilandi, you have a great weekend planned ahead, and that's all the comments on Instagram for now. All right, over to you, Alvin. Tell everybody what's our next segment.
As we move to our next segments, before I invite our special guests, I invite those of you who are watching on Facebook and LinkedIn to please share this live so that I can reach out to more people and comment any questions that you have, which we will bring it up for our Ask Us Anything segment after our special guest. I'm going to invite our special guest on screen on Facebook and LinkedIn, and Noel is going to do so on Instagram in a second.
I'm gonna do that.
And while Noel is doing that, I'm going to say, hi, Eunice.
Hi,
How are you?
can you hear me? Well,
Yes,
okay,
you're all
awesome.
set.
Hi Noel. Hi, Alvin.
Hello,
Thank you
hello.
so much
Now you
for
now you now
inviting me
here's
here.
the challenging part. Eunice, you got to look at two screens and decide
Yes.
which one you want to give more love. um,
I'll try
but
my
thank you
best.
for being here. Alvin, is our sound okay? Is there anything we need to tweak or get Eunice to adjust? Or are we okay?
I'm hearing a little bit of echo. Perhaps Eunice, can we try to lower down the
Yes,
volume on your Instagram?
I
Sounds
On your
great.
I
phone, yeah.
just did it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
Awesome. Thank
tricky.
you.
I make the mistake all the time as well. But you're awesome. Welcome back, Eunice.
Yay.
Welcome. So to everybody, I'm just going to do a quick introduction for you. And everybody, we are grateful to have Eunice with us. And if you're like, who's Eunice? Eunice is number one, been a huge supporter of these shows. She's been
Yes.
streaming in for like many episodes. But more than that, Eunice is a certified yoga instructor by Core Power Yoga. She has done a 200-hour yoga teacher training in Honolulu, Hawaii. We'll talk a little bit more about that shortly as well. And here's the really to me, okay, the big thing about Eunice. Actually, Eunice first came for a workout in Daily Muscle back in. I found the email, Eunice. I looked your email address up. It was in July 2015. Eunice first came for a
Oh.
class in Daily Muscle. It was outdoors, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was
Yep.
outdoors. She actually came for a class in Daily Muscle, and I do not remember this. And just be honest, okay? I do not remember this. She came for a class for a program, a short program in the July 2015, and little did she know that 6 years later she would be with Daily Muscle right now, teaching classes, teaching yoga sculpt, which she will talk a little bit more as well. But and Eunice has been huge because she's like super passionate about what she does. I don't know a lot of yoga instructors. I know a few, but Eunice is someone who just has a natural vibe and energy in what she does. So even if you showed up to her class and if she did nothing there but just sat there and looked at you and talked to you, you would leave the class fulfilled. That's you, Eunice. You have a gift, and I'm if you're what I know this because you've been teaching for us. You've been teaching for our members, our heroes, and I can tell you that you have a gift. And I'm glad that you're using your gift to help other people. So, to all of you watching this show right now, let's welcome Eunice. We're going to have a few questions that we're going to ask her. Thank you for being here, Eunice. Can you tell our audience a little bit more about who you are, what do you do, and just give us a bit of an idea of like who's this Eunice that Noel can't stop talking about?
Oh, thank you, Noah and Alvin. Thank you, Noah, for those kind words. They don't fall on deaf ears. Yeah, so I actually, Noah just gave me an introduction already. I teach yoga for a year now. And that kind of, well, vinyasa yoga, I'm more focused solely on asana, which is the postures of yoga, which is only like a slice of what yoga is about. But I'm really fully focused on the yoga postures, vinyasa style. And I also have this year evolved into teaching yoga sculpt, which is an infusion of yoga with workouts. So that is a little bit about what I do. Yep.
I love that. Noel, just now when you mentioned that when Eunice speak or if you're in the same room, we can feel her energy. I can sense that, her smile straight away just brightens up everything. And then you
Yeah.
said she's a passionate. I remember for the past few weeks, if you follow Eunice on social media, you can see that she's outside of Malaysia. And then I wonder, I thought her class, I saw the Daily Muscle posted, she's teaching a class and she's doing that while she's outside. And correct me if I'm wrong, you are in Honolulu, right, Eunice?
Yes, yes. I was,
Amazing. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I was in Honolulu. So I flew in October and I was there for about almost 2 months, like one month and 3 weeks. Yeah, and I was teaching a daily muscle class for once a week. But I was over there. I was previously living there for about 4 years before this. Before pre-pandemic, I was studying there, and then I worked there as a nursing assistant for a year in a telemetry department, and then I moved back to Malaysia. Kind of got during the pandemic to visit my dad. Got stuck here because of the pandemic, and I had to go back to Honolulu, Hawaii, just to settle some home things. And that was the trip. That was what it was about. So I'm so excited because virtually it actually helped me because I got to teach daily muscle classes, and I'm so excited once a week. So yeah, that was what I was doing in Honolulu.
I believe everything happens for a reason. If you didn't have to come back, if not for the pandemic, we may not be having Eunice teach our classes. So life happens for you. Life doesn't happen at you. I
Nice.
believe that. So that's awesome, Eunice. Tell us about that. Okay, here's the thing. Someone told me that so Eunice went to Honolulu and she was teaching our classes, live streaming from Hawaii to our heroes at home. And was there one day where the wind was like really crazy and like your laptop flew off the chair or something? What
It
actually
was so
happened?
crazy. Yeah. I think during the end of the year, usually it's fall and then it goes into winter. But I think the trade winds were just coming in from all directions. So it was so windy. And I was outdoor. I was staying with a family friend and they had a porch. So I was outdoor. My whole laptop just flew off during class, and it's a yoga class. So it's like more calm. And all of a sudden, you just see the screen and a loud bang. But thankfully, there was no cracks. So I'm like, thank God. Yeah.
That's just hilarious. And if you can teach a class through that, you can teach a class through anything.
Anything,
Tell
right?
us, Eunice, how is yoga? You're into yoga, obviously. But how is yoga applicable to life? If I'm watching this video right now, and I'm curious about what is this yoga that everyone seems to be doing. Why should I do it? How is it applicable to to anyone watching this right now?
Yeah. So one thing I love about yoga is that it really infused the intention and also what you learn on your mat, what you explore with your mat, your body, your mind, what comes up for you doing the yoga postures that we flow into. You can actually take that off your mat. So one of the things that I emphasize a lot is mindfulness. And so when we're doing these kind of postures, you learn to be mindful of what's coming up emotionally, mentally. Are you criticizing yourself, doing this really hard posture, holding it for a couple of breaths, and you actually take that off your mat. So whenever one of one of one of the person that was taking my classes actually said that the 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 mindfulness aspect of it, because at the end of the class I always try to end my class with thank yourself for being here, giving yourself that permission, and also thanking yourself for showing up today. Showing up is one of the hardest things that we have to do. And so that member actually took that off the mat. And whenever she goes to like religious events or things that she needs to show up for responsibility and things, she takes this time to thank herself for showing up. And that's one thing that you can actually take off your mat. So I was really grateful that she got to share that with me. But yeah, mindfulness is so important because it's so applicable right now. You know, when we are all just doing our work right now, we're going back into going outside again. We tend to have this habit of mindless scrolling or just being busy or being really goal oriented, and that's never a good thing. It's always a good thing to have goals, but sometimes it just makes your mind really busy. And so one thing you can actually do is take a couple of breaths, being mindful of it, and that practices actually gets off your mat. So when you're practicing along your mat, you get to build that habit over time. And then one thing you're realizing when you're driving, you're like, oh, I'm being aware of my breath right now it's really fast. Why is it really fast? Am I stressed out? Am I thinking about things that are just too distracting? How can I be more present in the moment? And so those are the few things that it could be applicable. That's the mental and mindfulness aspect that I absolutely am passionate about, and I get to emphasize more on my classes for these things. And that has helped me for my own practice too.
I love that. It's
Love
not
it.
just
Yeah.
fitness and workout, it's life. Everything has a carryover, and you gave us some great examples. Awesome.
And
Thank you
and
for sharing
and
that.
and I like the point that you mentioned about mindfulness, where we need to slow down and understand ourselves better. Now, a lot of us be wondering about like yoga. There's a lot of different type of yoga. And just now Noel mentioned that you are more into yoga sculpts. Maybe you can share a little bit about what is yoga sculpt and how is it different from other yoga? We have the hot yoga, the fly yoga, the flexibility sorts of yoga.
Yeah, there's so many variations of yoga. There's hatha, iyengar, and I first started teaching vinyasa, which is more of a flow of yoga. So it really incorporates the asana postures. But yoga sculpt kind of evolved from that. So I was in this situation where I do want to have the flexibility and the calmness and having a good stretch of a class, but also wanting a really good workout that includes HIIT, cardio, strength training. And I find myself a lot of these days like, I've only have enough energy to do one class today. And so yoga sculpt is kind of a fusion of that, where I get to experience the postures of yoga, but also including cardio, HIIT, strength training, a little bit here and there, but with a pair of light weights, and also choreographed with upbeat powered music. So that was one thing that I really love yoga sculpt about. It's evolved from yoga, but it's definitely a fusion of those things.
I I I Al- Eunice teaches yoga sculpt for us twice a month. Alvin, have you seen a little bit of what it's like? Because Eunice has been posting some videos on her YouTube channel and stuff. Make sure you let us know later, Eunice, like how can we find your videos and all this stuff
Oh yeah.
that you're posting. But did you get a chance to watch the videos, Alvin, or what yoga sculpt is like?
Yes, I do. Eunice is quite often appears on Instagram Live, so I check it out.
Got
I've
it.
seen some of
So
work, and
Aw.
I have a
yoga
question for
sculpt makes
Eunice.
me nervous. Makes me, that's just me, lah, okay?
Why?
Because
Why
it's
is
like
that?
non-stop moving. Because typically people have in their mind yoga means I'm just gonna lie down there and close my eyes and move and hold a position
Right.
for a while. Yoga sculpt is different because you're always moving, and it's a combination of things. I like what Eunice said just now, where it's in like we only have like so much time to do one workout in a day, so why not we fuse everything together into one class? And that's it. And when Eunice teaches a class, she does it with you. She's not just telling you what to do and watching. She does it with you, and actually, and by the end of the class, when she walks up to the camera, she's drenched in sweat. That's yoga sculpt, and it's not easy. It's a class that's not easy to teach. So that's awesome. Eunice, tell us, what is your number one advice for anyone, whether watching this or what, and now curious about yoga, and they're like, should I not? Why should I join yoga? What's the number one advice for someone who's thinking of joining a yoga class?
Yeah. So for those of you who are watching this and have a curiosity for yoga, I applaud you for your courage, because it takes a lot of courage to try something new, something that you're stepping out of your comfort zone. So you're brave for even wanting to start. And if you're waiting for a sign, this is a sign to take your yoga class. The next thing that I would say is go with a friend. We're not meant to do anything alone. So try to find someone, a friend that you can trust, or find a community that you can do a yoga class with. It doesn't have to be my yoga class, but it can be, there's so many different styles of yoga classes that you can take and try out and explore and be curious about what fits for your body and what is more well suited for your body type. There's so many. There's postnatal, prenatal, elderly yoga, there's kids yoga, so many variations. And so with that, yeah, try to go with somebody. And also, at the end of the class, try to ask questions. If you're wondering about, oh, why this posture doesn't look good for me or feel good for me, try to go up to the instructor, and I highly encourage you to ask questions. And yeah, just ask them how, or speak to someone who has done yoga before and ask them about their experience, because yoga is a very experiential, all workouts are all very experiential. So yeah, so I would say have the courage to try new classes, have the curiosity. I always like the 3 C's: curiosity, to try out different and explore different classes. And thirdly, have compassion for yourself. If something you like, you need to take breaks, take your breaks. That and also, yeah, take your breaks and be kind to your body. If this class doesn't fit good for you, try another hatha class, ashtanga class, any other classes. But yeah, and just have fun with it.
Love it, Eunice. I love that Eunice is living out the message, never do fitness alone. So do it with someone, try yoga with someone. Love that, Eunice. Now, Eunice, what is the best way for all of us who are watching this live to learn more about you or reach out to you and ask questions about yoga?
Yeah, so you can find me more of what I do on my link link tree on my Instagram at Yoon with Yoga, or you can find on my YouTube channel Yoon with Yoga. You'll find me there and my art and work over there.
Awesome.
Great.
Eunice, is there anything else that you want to say
Oh,
that maybe we didn't touch on or we didn't cover?
um, let's see. I no, I'm just really thankful to be here, and I'm so honored that I get to talk to you and Elvin. So thank you so much for this time.
The pleasure
Okay,
is all
well,
ours, Eunice.
thank you for that. Alvin, there's a surprise for you. Are you ready, Alvin?
Oh, yes,
Oh,
I do, Eunice. Now, this is not in the script. We told you the questions I want to ask you next, Eunice. We're going to do a little rapid fire question just to find out some things about you that,
oh,
people would wish to know. Okay. So it's rapid fire. The first thing
okay.
that comes to your mind, I want you to share it. Okay. Are you ready?
I'll try. I'm a slow processor, so I'll try.
We'll work with that. Okay. First one, 7 a.m. workout or 7 p.m. workout?
7 a.m.
Squats or deadlift?
Ooh, squats.
What is one must-have thing in your fridge?
Oat milk.
Dumbbells or kettlebells?
Dumbbells.
If you could work out with anyone in the world, dead or alive, who would it be?
Oh my gosh. Right now I can think it's my sister. Michelle.
Vegan burger, yes or no?
Yes, yeah. I don't know why is that a thought. Yeah, yes.
One embarrassing thing that happened in your career.
Ooh, is this a one word thing or is this a sentence thing?
Sentence.
You got
Okay.
30 seconds.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Um, so I was bringing up my, I used to throw out all your sports attire into the laundry. And so when I went to a class, I rolled up my mat and my intimate stuff just flew out everywhere because I threw everything into a laundry. And sometimes when you're rushing for a class, you just like roll out your mat and everything just falls. I was like, oh my gosh. And everyone was there. So yeah, that's one thing that was embarrassing.
I love that. I thought you're going to say the laptop flew with the wind, but
Oh.
This is
interesting.
worse. I'd rather have my laptop fly in the wind, I think. Okay.
All right, Eunice, next. If you had to write one book tomorrow, what would it be?
Ooh, be present.
Love it. If you can eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would that be?
Acai bowls. I love them.
And last one, Eunice, for all of us, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Right now, New Zealand.
Love it. Well, thank you, Eunice, so much. Noel and I appreciate your time, your wisdom, sharing with us all of it today. I'm going to post your social media and your YouTube. I invite everyone to check out Eunice YouTube. A lot of movements, a lot of her personal blogs, vlogs in there. So I'm going to put all of the links to reach out to Eunice on the Facebook section. And with that being said, thank you so much, Eunice.
Thank you so much, Alvin and Noel.
Thank you for being here.
Bye.
Thank you so
Bye,
much.
Eunice. Take care. All right, my friends, if you're watching this, remember to, especially my friends on Instagram, because Eunice is still on Instagram, be sure to just click and tap on her name and follow her because she posts a lot of interesting content that you
All
can
right.
get a lot of value out of from. So be sure you follow her. Okay, awesome. Alvin, what do we have next?
Moving on, next is
Hmm.
our Ask Us Anything segment. So in this segment is where Noel and I answer any question. So we have a
Yeah.
question that came in to us past week. And if you are
Okay.
watching this live right now, I invite you to comment your questions. On Facebook and LinkedIn, you can write your questions in the comment section. Noel and I will pin that up. If it's on Instagram, you know the drills, the little question mark box at the side. Put your questions there and Noel will be able to pin up your questions. This segment is for you, for us to answer anything in regards to training, nutrition, lifestyle, business, or maybe some random questions about Noel and myself, okay? Ask us anything. With that, we have a questions coming in, Noel, and I really love this
Hmm.
question because I feel many of us can perhaps relate to it. And the question is being pinned on Facebook is training while feeling depressed. Is there any tips to do about it? I'm feeling depressed. Should I train? Should I not train?
Wow. Okay. I'll tell you a few of my thoughts first. Firstly, I would say that if you need help, you need to get help from a professional who can help you with depression. So whatever Elvin and I say right now, we're not diagnosing, we're not giving you anything. We're just telling you our thoughts. Okay. Now the thing about training, if you are depressed or you're having anxiety, or even if you're just feeling like you're in a shitty mood, um, exercise, everyone thinks that working out, training, running, jogging, getting on the treadmill, they think it's only to lose weight or to build muscles, but actually it's beyond that. um, there's been a lot of research that's been done to show that when you move and when you train and when you lift weights and when you run and when you put your body through an uncomfortable situation, basically if you work out lah, okay, it can actually help reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression. So if you have been diagnosed with depression, or if you are not feeling so good, if you wake up every day feeling very shitty, I can tell you that if you were to just put on your shoes and go out for a walk, even 20 minutes in the morning, get some sunlight, surround yourself with some plants and some trees, you will feel better. Now, is this a cure for depression or anxiety? It's not. But if you're not feeling that great and you want an instant mood boost, do a workout. I don't know a single person who's done a workout and said that I feel worse. Never happened before. That's what I would say. But again, we're not giving you advice on how to cure depression. But I can tell you that if I've worked with so many clients, many of them with anxiety, with depression, who actually their doctors said that start exercising because you're going to feel better. So it's there's definitely a benefit and something that you can try. What do you think, Alvin? Anything you want to add to that?
I love that. I believe that when we move, movements create emotion. So sometimes when we are in a state of demotivated, lost, or sometimes boring and lazy, just moving kind of shift your mental thought a bit.
Yeah.
And then when you start moving, it shifts you in the sense that, hey, there is a momentum going on. And then from walking, you decided to do a fast walk, decided to become a run. And sometimes you feel like, oh, today my energy level is low. And this is from my experience. And I decided, you know what, let's just start this workout. Along the way, I realized that, hey, I got this newfound strength in me. And in the end, it turns out to be the best workout of the week. So movements create emotion. And I love that you mentioned, you know, everyone is different, going through some sorts of depression. And we, as a fitness professional, one thing that Noel and I practice is we always have circles or alliance that we refer to. And if
Yes.
you are in that state, I strongly encourage you to, of course, reach out to a close friend, to your support system, to us as a fitness professional, and create that support system to help you, which is really, really important. As much as
Yeah.
we are looking after your physical well-being, you also perhaps need someone to look after your mental well-being, emotional well-being, because in the end of the day, don't do fitness alone, don't do life alone. And when you have all the support system, you will realize that you are the hero, you are the achievers, and you'll be the best version of yourself in life.
Yeah, love that. That's so true. Like what Eunice said just now, also the thing when she gave some tips for first-time yoga participants, she was like, "Don't do it alone," right? And it's
Yes.
so it's whether you are suffering from anxiety, depression, whatever it is, um, it's maybe it feels hard to reach out to someone, but what we have always done, even with our clients and even Alvin also, is this that fitness is not something that you do alone. You can always involve other people. It can be your trainer, it can be a coach, it can be a support group, it can be a therapist, it could be someone that you're seeking professional help from. But just don't do it alone, because it's not something that you need to figure out alone. There's no shame, there's no embarrassment in working out. If you don't know something, you can always ask people. So thank you for sharing that, Elvin. I'm going to ask my friends on Instagram watching this right now, LinkedIn, Facebook, comment any questions that you have, anything about yoga that we can forward to Eunice, or anything about fitness or nutrition. And we're going to answer them to you over the next 5 to 10 minutes when we have some time. And if we can't get it answered today, we will answer it in the in the week to come. But Elvin, let me ask you this. I know you have I think you have a interesting, Alvin and I had, was it last week? Alvin, we had dinner, right?
Yes,
That's
that's
last
right.
last Saturday, right?
That's
So we
correct.
had and we had an awesome chance to talk and catch up and stuff. Alvin has a morning routine where he gets up and spends time with his thoughts and on his own. You want to tell us a little bit more about that, Alvin? Because the
Yes.
question is now said like depressed, any tips and all of that. I think people are also curious to know what do we do when we don't feel like it. So I want to put this question to you, and then I will answer it as well. What do you do when you don't feel like doing it? Do you always wake up feeling motivated? But I know one thing that stood out when I've talked to you a lot, Alvin, is that you've like you do this early morning thing where you go out and you're on your own, and you believe in being alone at times with your thoughts. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Okay. So one ritual is I wake up really, really early, and this happens most of the time. And I try to make it a habit that I will do some sort of movements. I need at least an hour to be by myself before I start anything. And in that hour is where I speak to myself, where I reflect back on my message, my value, my goals of the day, and sometimes my purpose, like what am I here for today? So that
Wow.
1 hour of me time sets me up for success, sets me up for my day, and it allows me the focus, the energy, the commitment, the discipline to do what I need to for that day. And that's something that I tried my really, really best to make it happen almost every day. And I find that a game changer in my life because when days that I go through that moment of myself, I feel that those are some of the most awesome days, most productive days, and I'm really, really happy. And then by the end of the day, I'm feel exhausted. I sleep, and then the next day I repeat it. What I do in that morning, it could be just like stretching next to my bed. Most of the
Mm.
time, I like to go for walks, and sometimes I just go to the gym and start my workouts. It's very random, and any sorts of movement will get me in that mind. I've tried like listening to YouTubes and being then not really helpful. I find absolute silence works the best for me. And I like to do it early in the morning because it's dark, everyone is asleep. It feels like it gives me a bit of advantage. Like, oh, everyone is asleep and I'm up. I'm I'm starting the day earlier than everyone.
Yeah.
I'm ahead. So it puts me in that right mind space for me to handle my day.
It's like you're running a race and someone says you can start first. Everyone else has to wait for the start gun to go on. Wow. Tell me a little bit more about that, Alvin. Like, so you said that you prefer the absolute silence. So are you saying that when you're doing your walks in the morning or working out or stretching, that like there's no music and nothing?
No
Wow.
music and nothing. So
Wow,
I
that's
kind of
next
like
level.
builds up the thought in my mind. You know, I feel that whatever we want to achieve, it happens right here first. You need to see yourself achieving it
True.
first. Like if you're an athlete, one key thing is you see yourself winning the race, the medal. If you're on weight loss, fitness, you see yourself losing that few kilos. You see yourself wearing that clothes, and yeah, I did it. So you have to visualize first and then put your thoughts into action. And then success is chase you already. Yeah.
So true. It starts with the mind first. If you don't
Yeah.
believe something, how can you achieve it? If someone is watching this, like if you're watching this video right now, and if let's say you've always wanted to do the Standard Chartered Marathon, which is at least 10 kilometers run or whatever, but your self talk is, I can't even run 5 km. How are you going to run 10 if you're telling me 5, right? So it starts here. Your success starts with what you believe. Wow. But Alvin, I'm just super amazed that you can do something for about an hour with no music, nothing. I need the music to get me going, to kind of be like some sort of like a spice. You know, when you eat something, you need some salt, you need some chili sauce or ketchup or chili padi. I need that. I need music. So for me, my routine is whenever, it's not a coincidence, like Alvin said this now, that in the days where um he has his morning routine, it's like the best day ever. Surely it's not a coincidence. When you start your day with a win and you get
Yeah.
what you plan to, it's like success. You start your day with success. What's the worst way to start your day? It's like you say, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna get up 7 o'clock, and then I hit the snooze button 10 times, and it's 9:30. How many of y'all think it's going to be the worst day ever? It is obviously going to be the worst day. So, as uncomfortable as it is, when you start your day with a win, whatever that is, it could be, I'm going to wake up tomorrow and read for 10 minutes, and you do it. That's it. That's one win. Start there with your win, right? And then you can stack the wins. That's really what it is. Alvin's win is huge, as in like, wake up, no music, whatever. That's him. But I'm sure it didn't happen overnight. He's obviously cultivated it over time. But if you're watching this right now and you're like, where do I start? Start by just saying what you're going to do tomorrow and actually doing it. Don't need to run 10 kilometers tomorrow. Even if you say that tomorrow I'm going to put on my shoes and take my dog for a walk, that's a win. But you got to do it, lah. You got to do
That's
it,
right.
right? So that's
There's a
that's awesome.
motivational speaker, Noel. There's a motivational speaker. I can't remember his full name, but it's an
Hmm.
emerald. He says that the first thing to do is start by making your bed. It's the easiest. Make your bed
Yes.
and you are successful already. And then
Yes.
that habits builds on.
And you may be wondering, like, what does making my bed have to do with my day? The answer is because you're starting your day with a win, and making your bed is uncomfortable, right? Don't need
Yes.
to make my bed now. For what? I'm going to come and sleep it again. But you start your day by doing something uncomfortable. That is it. I got friends who wake up morning, do cold shower for 90 seconds. I'm not doing the cold shower thing and all of that. But the idea is you start your day with something difficult. And when you overcome that little thing, whatever it is, it's a win. And then you stack the wins. And if you're
Yeah.
watching this right now and this whole concept is new to you, I encourage you, like, let's just start by tomorrow. Wake up earlier and actually wake up. Do a 10-minute walk and continue to stack the wins. And I guarantee you that your day will be completely different. Thank you, Alvin. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you for the
All
question,
right,
Noel.
awesome. So, my friends, if you got any questions for us, let us know. Otherwise, we're going to be wrapping up today's episode. I'm just going to scroll back before this. Kimberly is saying visualization is powerful. Correct. So, obviously, that's what Alvin is doing because he's not listening to his music, he's visualizing. And visualizing is very powerful. Obviously, thank you, Kim, for sharing that. Penny is saying exercise releases happy hormones, endorphins. Absolutely. Eunice is saying, where's Eunice comment? I saw it here. Yeah, stack the wins. Love that. Awesome. Okay, Alvin, I think we can start to wrap it up. I'm gonna pass the time back to you for your
All
finishing
right.
comments.
So thank you all so much for being with us today for episode 42. All the links and resources mentioned in today's live have already been posted in the
Oh,
Facebook comment section. So head over there. You have everything in terms of the articles and in terms of where to get certain products. Thank you all so much for joining us. Noel and I appreciate your time. We believe that time is really, really important because once given, you can't take it back. And you have given us our Monday. We hope our episode inspired you or sparked something in you to start something in your life. Okay. With that being said, we invite you to our little after party on Instagram. Hop over to our Instagram handle below on Facebook and LinkedIn, and we will see you there.
yeah, do it. Come
And
to our after party because Alvin, it's just not planned, okay, Alvin? I'm gonna do a giveaway on our Instagram after party. What's the after party? Basically, the after party on Instagram is not recorded, nothing. We talk about all the things that people are so shy to ask online, and I have a gift for you. So head over to either Alvin Neto on Instagram. You see the link right there, or head over to my Instagram account. I'm doing a giveaway, but it happens in the next 5 minutes, so you gotta be quick. All right. See you all, friends.
bye.
Facebook, LinkedIn. Bye.